All right, everybody. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you today about is the contact here. So this is laser cut T3 copper, so it's very, very highly conductive. And this is what will come with your mod. Now, I just wanted to talk about how we can manipulate this copper contact to do certain things. So before we start talking about that, I want everybody to notice just the shape of this contact. So we notice that there are several bends. There's one here, 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 and here. Each one of these bends has a very specific function. So I notice in the past, sometimes customers look at this and they either don't notice it or they think it's wrong or whatever, so they want to change it. So let's just go through what each one of these things does so you can understand. So I think this bend here is obviously is pretty self-explanatory. It just helps us to route the contact in the right direction. But please notice that this is a 90-degree angle because we want this to rest flat in the bottom of the mod. We don't want it to be like in this position, okay? Then we also notice we have a very slight bend here. That bend is designed to exert pressure on the contact gate when it's in the mod so that the contact gate will not release. So again, that is fairly important. Then we have this, what I call the kink. So this kink is here for two reasons. One, it allows the contact to clear the locking mechanism. So the locking mechanism is located in this area and it needs to kind of go up and over it. Two, the other thing that this does is it, let me get the battery, let me get the button here, is it allows the button so that it does not rest flat against the button. And what that means is that the button can move back and forth instead of remaining flat and going like this. And instead, so the button will go into the mod horizontally instead of sort of tilting. Let me see if I can get to show you. Instead of when you push the mod, it tilts like this. Okay, so that is not what happens. When you push on this, it just goes straight back and creates really nice button feel. Then here at the top, we have this kink. This is not a kink, another bend. And the 510 nut will make contact right in this area. So we want to try to keep this flat to the 510 nut so that we get kind of a nice clean connection. The next thing I want to talk about is how we adjust the throw. So the throw is adjusted in this area. Now the throw, if you're not familiar with the term the throw is the feeling that you get from the button when you press it. So some people like a really stiff throw, some people like kind of a nice light throw. So the way that we adjust it is this way. There's the only one way. I notice that people, they'll go in, they'll start bending everything, and then I'll get an email saying, my mod doesn't work right. And it's because there are several bends in here that are, the shape of this contact is very, very specifically thought out. So let's see how we can make the throw tighter. So if we want to make it tighter, what we need to do is we need to exert more pressure against the button. So the way we do that is we grab it, we put our fingers here and here, and we bend, and I put my thumb here, and we bend it back, okay? We bend it in this direction. Now this one is in good, good position, so I don't want to change it. But that is how we do it. We don't bend down here, we don't bend up here, okay? To make it tighter, we put our fingers here, and we put our thumb here, and we bend it back in this direction. Now, just so you know, a little goes a long way here. Something that you will barely be able to see with the naked eye will really stiffen the throw right up. Now, if we want to loosen the throw, make the throw a little bit lighter, we can put our finger in this position, put our thumb here, and then we want to bend in this direction, okay? So that will make the throw a little bit lighter. You don't have to push the button so hard. If you are adjusting this and you get the mod back together and you notice that the button is going into locking position too easily, so you've adjusted the contact and the button is locking too easily or without it, what that means is that this area here is not exerting enough pressure on the back of the button. So in order to fix that, you need to tighten the throw just a tiny, tiny bit so that there's nice pressure on the back of the button and it does not want to turn while you are firing it, okay? Now let's talk about shortening the throw, or lengthening the throw. So that is actually the distance that the button has to travel before it starts firing. So the way that we do that is by manipulating this here. So we can pull, from here we can pull this out, or we can pull it in. Now, just so you guys know, I do not recommend, unless you're very familiar with mods, adjusting the distance of the throw, just because, you know, you kind of have to know what you're doing when you do it. However, adjusting this portion here is how you shorten the throw, okay? So, just a disclaimer here, if for some reason you are having a problem, the button feels weird, the mod's not firing, I would like you to reach out and contact me very first thing. I will always try to reply to your message within 1 hour when I am awake, and, you know, within 12 hours if I'm sleeping. So if you have trouble with the mod, if you're having trouble with the contacts, don't try to, you know, don't dig yourself into a deeper hole. Set the mod down, send me an email, don't touch it until I get back to you, okay? I will be happy to help you any way that I can. All right, so that is the intricacies of the lower contact for the Avalanche V2.